it. Oh, wow, what a shot. That's going to be it, people.
Good morning, Pool Player Nation. Welcome back to Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas for continuing coverage of this year's APA Pool Player Championships. I'm your host, Jason Bowman, and I'm joined by the Hall of Fame legend, Ava Lawrence. Ava, we've got not one, but 5 championships to be decided today in the 8-Ball Classic with a $15,000 prize package in each of those 5 championship tiers. Going to be a busy day. We're going to kick it off this morning with the blue tier. That's players that started the event at a skill level of 2 or 3.
And this is the granddaddy of them all. I mean, this is the 8-Ball Classic. So I've been looking forward to a really great event. I've been watching a lot of matches in the main arena, and I can't wait to see what these players can pull off. A lot of pressure under these lights, but I think we're in for a treat.
Absolutely. So before we meet our finalists in the 8-Ball Classic, let's give you a quick breakdown of some of the key rules here in Pool Dog Arena. Of course, APA rules will apply. Coaching is not allowed as this is singles or individual competition. And as I mentioned, we have 5 championships to be decided today, 1 in each skill level tier. In this first match, we'll be watching the blue tier. Now let's meet our championship finalists. First, from Mississauga, Ontario, we have Satish Adlur. And from Shelton, Connecticut, we have Gina Dudac. As I mentioned, folks, they're going to be competing for $15,000 prize package this morning. The runner-up will take home a $9,000 prize package. This match will be a 2-3 race. Satish is going to need to win 2 games to secure the match and the championship title. Gina needing to win 3 games. I think the players are ready to go. Let's take you down into Pool Dog Arena for the start of this match. See the referee, Kevin McCarthy, putting the object balls on the table for the players to lag. Satish on the left. Gina on the right. Oh, 2. Okay. I'm sorry. I did misspoke. Both are skill level 3s, so it'll be a 2-2 race, not a 2-3 race.
Well, we got that little hiccup out of the way off the bat.
Well, I'm glad they told us.
Yes, no, it's true.
We would have been very confused. It appears, I was trying to look back and see. Yeah, they were both 3s in the semifinals, so I just misread the information. But good news for Gina. She only needs 2 racks.
She would have been very disappointed.
Yeah. Hopefully we didn't throw her off her game by saying that.
I think she's so focused right now, looking around, trying to get used to the environment, finding her friends in the chair. She's kind of trying to get comfortable. Both of these players been playing, obviously, through the whole tournament in the main tournament room. And now we are in the Pool Dog Arena, and the pressure is on for the championship. All right, Miss hit the break a little bit there off to the side, so not a lot of action on the balls.
And that'll bring Gina to the table. Gina defeated Cindy Jenkins in the semifinal round. Cindy out of Louisiana. And that first ball is down for Gina. She wanted to make sure we said hello to her beautiful children. I'm assuming they are back home in Connecticut.
Okay, touchy little shot here. Make sure to avoid a Cue ball coming back and touching this cue. And that is a foul, yes. The referee is right there. That was a double hit. Tough to avoid when they're that close and close to the cushion to get that Q-tip out of the way. So that's going to give ball in hand to Satish. Gets to kind of survey the table a little bit. 9 ball would be a good idea to get out of the way. That's probably the ball that is in the most trouble. Whenever you have ball in hand, you might want to do that. Then again, these two are skill level 3, so the other way looking at this, unless Satish thinks he can run out, you may want to go ahead and leave that. It's very different if you're a higher skill level where you're looking to just break and run out, or as opposed to just pocketing as many balls as you can, get them off the table.
And Satish is out of Mississauga, part of the Canadian contingent here at the Pool Player Championships. Only been playing pool 2.5 years.
All right, you might have got a little fortunate there, Jason, by having a combination lineup. It looks like it's, if it's not dead, it's definitely going to hang towards the pocket if he doesn't play too firmly here.
Requesting the bridge.
He's getting a referee's getting an extra workout here this morning, making
Getting
hit
his
calls,
steps.
getting the break. Yes, he is.
Referees all do such a great job.
He's going to be looking again, making sure there's no double hit. I think he's hitting it thin enough where he should be okay. Natural position. We'll see again. He just playing the correct speed here. He may be able to, if he can avoid getting behind the 1, be able to get position here. The 12. Just natural. Just rolling it in. Oh, I don't know if he wanted. I don't know if he can avoid the scratch there or not. I think he can. Still have an issue though with that 9 ball. No matter what he does, rolls this in. Obviously, natural position on the 10. Again, doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. Sometimes, you know, the rack just gives you an opportunity. Other times, no matter what you do, it's issues. We saw that a little bit yesterday with 9 ball. You know, balls kind of clustered up a little bit. Somebody missed. You got snookered. Wonder, can you make that? No. He's going to just try to get that out of there, I guess. An opportunity for Gina to get back to the table after not pocketing the ball and scratching on the break.
Yeah, and such a short race, 2-2 race is just that first game is huge.
You bet.
Gina now with some room to work on the table.
So far, so good. We'll see what she decides to do here. 6 looks pretty obvious, but the 5 ball is there too to try to get up and get that 3. Whatever she's comfortable with. Again, most skill level 3s are not looking for the perfect pattern to make it easy, but instead making sure that you pocket your balls, clear off as many as you can. She hits this with like a dead ball. She can drift the cue ball out here for the 1. Center ball will bring it straight over. A little bit of low will bring it a little closer to the ball, but oh, that's what she tried to do. And that's going to bring Satish back to the table.
Satish listed Ronnie O'Sullivan as one of his big influences in his game.
Yeah. Which tells
Snooker
me.
player, right?
Yeah, big
Ronnie
fan of snooker.
O'Sullivan.
Oh, jeez. I met him in Switzerland. We did an exhibition together when he was 16 years old. Stephen Hendry and him and Allison and I, we did kind of a battle, and it was just tremendous. We spent about a week in Switzerland skiing and playing pool and doing exhibitions, and it was just a great trip.
He's kind of had that mainstream. Okay, he's kind of broken through out of just the billiard. You know, he's had there was a show that followed him
Yeah.
for a while, and I mean,
Yeah.
he's
a big
had
deal.
some notoriety.
He's a big deal in the UK. Oh, nice attempt. Nice thought of his safety there, but neither ball reached the rail, so that's going to give ball in hand again to Gina.
Gina said she was very excited and also very nervous for this opportunity here in Pool Dog Arena. Again, big shout out to our friends at Pool Dog. They are our presenting sponsor of all of our live stream coverage. Of course, the players playing on diamond tables, a beautiful white diamond here in the arena today. No problem there. Should also mention our friends at Action Cues, Aramith Balls, and Kamui Tips. All proud sponsors of the APA.
And if you heard that roar, there are semifinal matches still finishing up.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to have to slowly hit this. Going to have a problem with the 6 ball.
Yeah. It's a nice, opportunity for her to pocket that ball, which was impressive after the roar from the back of the arena.
True.
She was
Didn't
already
phase
down.
her.
Didn't phase her at all. Very focused. Very, very focused.
Well, she's not in an easy position here. As you can obviously tell, safety is not easy. She may be able to. I don't think she can hit and stick there behind the 8 to stick the little bit more angle. She could just hit the 6 ball straight on, but she has too steep of an angle so that she can't really do that and hits and stick behind the 8. She may be able to split them, though. Just hit the right side of the 6. Unless she goes for the bank, there's a possibility as well. Just keep an eye on that cue ball if you do. How about that one?
Well, I'm going to bring Satish back to the table now.
Wow.
Again, whichever player can win this first rack, that will be on the hill to win the championship.
What do you think here, Jason? Is he going to cut it in? Bank it? Safety? Smart.
Safety. See how Gina can respond now.
Gina measuring here. She has obviously 2 options. You can kick it into the short rail or long. She's going to go with the long rail. Gives her a chance to possibly make it into the corner pocket. Let's see if she can get a solid hit. Yeah, table runs long. That's not necessarily something these 2 players are maybe aware of because it slides a lot. New cloth, heat from the TV lights, everything is going to make it go faster and slide a little bit more. So It helps when you're trying to make the ball in case you miss it by a hair. It might slide in because of the cloth. Helps you a little bit, but kicking at the ball. Oh, Satish.
Wow.
A little too focused on position there and just took his eye off the ball.
Misses the 9 in the side with ball in hand. Let's see if Gina can take advantage now.
Well, it's a little pressure on this considering the fact that if she were to miss it, the 9 is easy to be had by Satish. So a lot of pressure on this. You're looking to play safety, I believe. She's not going to take any chances. Roll it up and hide it behind the 8. That looks like a good shot to me. Smart play. If you're not comfortable with the offense, look for a good defense, always. If you don't find a good defense, then you might as well go for it. But she really played a good shot, speed-wise there. And this is one of those where if you kick at this, you want to go this way and preferably hit the rail first. You give yourself a bigger opportunity to make that 9 ball instead of try and go straight at it and kick it in. So adjust a little bit to play a 2 rail kick. Oh, he hit it though.
He did get it.
He did hit it. It
So
wobbled.
no ball in hand.
Yeah.
Gina will come back to the table.
Well, having seen Gina in a couple of situations earlier, I have a feeling she's going to go for defense again. Some would go for the bank here on the 6, but I have a feeling she's just going to try to roll up, hit the right side of the 6, and try to leave her behind the 6 ball. Leave Satish behind the 6. Or no, she's aiming to go for it. Two rails.
Look at this.
Always miss on the short side.
It's down.
Always miss on the short pro side.
And now an opportunity to take an early and commanding lead.
It's one of those things there, Jason. You always learn early on in your pool career to always bank short in the short side of the pocket so that if you do miss, you have a chance to make it across again.
Gina's looking for her
We'll get it safe.
pocket marker, it appears. There we go.
Okay, pressureful shot here. Nice shot. Look out, cue ball. Where you going? Oh, nice shot.
What a shot under pressure there by
Sure
Gina
was.
Dudac. She takes an early 1-0 lead, which means, Ava, she's on the hill and needs only one more. She'll have a chance when we return here in just a moment. Welcome back to Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas, continuing coverage of the APA 8-Ball Classic. This is the blue tier, featuring 2 skill level 3 players, which means we have a race to 2. Gina Dudac there with the break. Nothing falls. I'm going to bring back to the table. Satish in that first rack.
Yeah, he did.
Ball in hand on the 9, failed to pocket it. Gina definitely took advantage.
This table definitely opened up a lot nicer than the last rack did. Every ball has a pocket or 2 to be pocketed in at least. So now it's just tapping it in. Left himself a bit of a toughie here with the 3 ball, but it's a makeable shot. And he'll definitely get position if he just rolls this into the corner. The 5 ball is right there. The 6 ball is makeable in the other corner. Oh, but you got to make the 3 first. That's going to bring Gina back to the table again. She would like to keep this going and get this over with this rack if she can. Well, Hill brings on the extra level of pressure, so her layout is not quite as open as Satish his table was. So we'll see what she's going to do here with the stripes, starting out probably with a 9 ball, I would think. It's close. They're close together. Makes it a tougher shot to see the angle, but that 11 ball is really difficult when you have to jack up over the 5. So she's going to try it, I think.
This is the first of 5 championships that will be decided today here at Pool Dog Arena. Again, this is the blue tier.
A little bit of a whirl on Terry versus.
Have another 12:30 Pacific, 3:30 for those of you on the East Coast.
Yeah, that 5 ball really impeded her stroke there, so let's see if Satish can make something happen here. She didn't leave much, though, did he? I don't think he can hit any of his balls. He's going to have to kick. There was a little accidental backup safety she had going there.
Started with 83 players in the blue tier of the 8-Ball Classic. These are your final 2.
And there's a lot of action of different kinds in the main tournament room right now. You got the wheelchair just starting. Ladies is still in action. So is the Jack and Jill. 8-ball doubles just started today.
Can't keep up with it all.
I know it.
I got to look at the computer to see what we're doing tomorrow. I know we're doing something. Tomorrow we've got the wheelchair championship and the Jack and Jill doubles.
Oh, that's right. We're
Double
doing
header.
2 double header tomorrow.
What would we call today?
Quadruple? No, it's more than quite. What is?
I don't know. What do you call 5?
I don't know. Google it.
Oh, it's a lot of matches today.
Yes.
That's what we'll call it. A 5 spot. How's that?
There you go.
5 spot of championships to be decided today.
It's gonna sit. It's close. She's gonna have to really hit a straight shot here to get this. It's smart to start with this 11 ball because it doesn't have any other pocket, and you had built-in position on this 9. So smart play. For those of you who are playing on teams or just want to help out a little bit, when you see a lot of the threes that make it this far, towards the end of the championship or in a team, a lot of times it's your threes that win simply because your 5, 6s, and 7s have taken some time, even though they may not have the game to play smart. That's teaching somebody. You don't have to have, perfect draw stroke or, play perfect position and all that. But to learn kind of what to look for, how to play basic safeties, how to think. You've got to pick off certain balls first and not this one and leave that one. You know what I mean? Besides just working on their game, just helping with those little things. You will see that a lot. And usually the 3s, the 2s, a lot of the 4s, you can tell somebody has been working with them on the mental part of it. She hits this with some speed. That'll naturally break those 2 up. This is going to be obviously Gina's issue. Not that these 3 balls up here are automatics by any chance, but they're laying pretty good right now. She doesn't have to do much with the cue ball. Getting down for the 12 is going to be tough if she does make these 3.
All right, chance for Satish to get back to the table.
I think you should start off with this 3 ball. He needs to just make a ball and get started. Get a little confidence. There you go. It's got an open shot at the 6. The 5 ball is almost straight in, but you want to be careful of that double hit. So I would think that he's going for the safer shot on the 6. Almost.
Rattles it. Yeah.
Again, a little bit of a disadvantage for Gina. She is not super tall by any means, so a lot of times she has to stretch. We saw that last ball she missed. It was probably because the way she was stretching out. Managed to pocket that. That 14 ball, I'm not sure it goes into this side. But regardless, again, she could just roll up the cue ball behind the 10 if it does not go in the side pocket. Kind of frees up on that 10 ball. Satish has all his balls on this side of the table, so. And because of that, I don't think she left anything here. 5 ball is blocking the 6. 8 ball is blocking the pocket for the 5. It's not what he had hoped for when he gets back to this table, so we'll see what Satish can come up with here. I think he's actually looking to cut this 5 ball into the side pocket. That may be all he's got. Deep breath there, as you could tell. But Gina, she goes, okay, come on now. Let's get this over with. One more game, one more game. And it's over. I get to go home with a whole bunch of cash, by the way.
Yeah, $15,000 prize package to the winner, $9,000 to the runner-up. I've been pretty impressed. I mean, in terms of composure, both these players, for being skill level 3s and in this environment, at least they're looking calm. I don't know how they feel underneath, but they look very calm.
I totally agree. They look like they could be playing, in their own basement or in a bar somewhere. It's like just like none of us are here. I talk a lot to our players. Coastal Carolina, I've been talking to them and others that have met here and just saying, you don't have to play over your skill level just because you're here. You just play your game and hope the pool gods are on your side. A little bit of luck here, not making too many unforced errors from what you normally do, and you can find yourself right here. It's a game, and a lot of times the table kind of dictates who's going to win. There's not much you can do about it, but the rest of the time, be available in case it's your turn. You don't have to play like a 5 when you're a 3. You don't have to play like a 7 if you're a 5. You just play your game. And it's no different here than it is at home. You just play. Just people from all over the country, all over the world, that's no problem. You're still as competitive as they are. So just play the game and have fun, and you never know. We'll see if Gina, I think she can make this 12 ball. She might have just enough room past the 7 to pocket the 12. Again, she's forced to shoot over the 6 ball. Tiniest bit of spin. If you're planning on hitting the cue ball in the center, you add a little spin. That almost becomes a massé when you're jacked up, hitting down on the ball. It makes it much tougher. But she pulled that off, and automatic feed into the 14. Perfect angle here to come up for the 10 as well, either in the side, hit a little firmer. She can either come right here, boom, boom, and this could be for the championship. Oh, no. Oh, no. Plans went awry there. Hitting a little too thick and maybe get a little left spin on there, perhaps. And back to the drawing board. What to do, Gina? Here's the shot. You could play this here. If she could tick off the 6, the 10 ball can go in that pocket right there. That's easier than trying to play this 10 ball down there. So overcutting this 10, and even if it doesn't go off the 6, it might just sit right there and block that pocket. Tough shot, but no, she's going the other way. She's going to roll this up. Oh, but again, did not leave any. That 5 ball became huge. It looked like Satish was going to be able to have at least a makeable combo, something, and then that 5 ball rolled up just last second. Things are a little bit uphill for Satish, but he's got an easy defensive shot. Just hit the left side of the 7. Oh, that was the right side. If you play the left side of it, cue ball would have landed right about here. And he left another opening here for Gina.
Again, a big thank you to our friends at pooldog.com for all their support.
Gina's concerned now, so should you cut it into the side or into the corner? Pretty much have to shoot this in the side. Play it, or you can hit it really firm, but I mean, she needs to get at least to the center of the table to be able to have a decent shot at this 8, since I don't think the 8 ball goes in the other corner with the 6 ball being right there. She can play it in the side, she can play it in the corner. You're hoping for center ball position here. Yeah. So give it a good try.
All right, Satish. Now is the time. Safety there by Satish.
Not an easy kick shot, obviously. I don't know if she can go deep enough. Here's where this is about where she wants to hit it to have a chance. We'll see if she can get by the 1 ball enough to do so. And it's amazing, Jason, how often the cue ball goes around the 10. You know, it's like you think there's no way you can't hit it, but again, this is where it's going to go longer than you think it will because of the slide of the new cloth.
She got it.
Good hit.
Satish back to the table, trailing by 1 game in this race to 2. Must-win rack for Satish.
There's 1, 3 more to go to get on the hill along with Gina. Do or die time for him. All right, just to see if he can run this all the way down. Oh, just still went in.
All right, time to mark it up. See if he can tie this match up at 1 game apiece.
Or we have a tied ball game.
The 8 ball falls for Satish. We are tied at 1 rack apiece in this race to 2. We'll have a hill match for you folks. We're going to stay right here as the referee prepares the next rack. Talked a lot about folks that are here in Las Vegas with us. One person that unfortunately is not here with us, longtime referee Robert Taylor Jr. passed away earlier this year, March 1st,
Oh,
I believe.
no.
Robert was really a fixture here in Pool Dog Arena. I'm sure if you've watched our matches over the years, you recognize him. One of the many volunteers that comes in and does such an important job.
Super, super, super guy.
We wanted to acknowledge him. We do miss him, and thinking about his family and friends. He was a big part of the NOLA APA there in Louisiana. So we're thinking of you, Robert. I think the player's just about ready to go in this final rack here in Pool Dog Arena. Satish will have the break. See if he can get that 8-ball moving, Ava.
That would be a good time for it, huh?
Not much movement on the 8, and that's going to be a dry break overall. Gina back to the table now.
I love her nickname, Lil Bull. Say that on the shirt. The Little Bull. The table is about equally open, equally a mess. It's kind of a choice. She has a great opportunity, though, to get that 6 out of there. That's the one shot she has on the solids. Then the only other ball in that series that's a real issue is this one right here, the 7-9. She didn't really leave herself a shot here.
Mentioned we had 83 participants in the 8-ball classic, the blue tier. These are the final 2 left standing, but you get an idea of how many players are in all the other divisions of this year's Pool Player Championships. Adds up to over 6,500 players. We wrapped up the 9-ball doubles championship last night. We've got the 8-ball classic coverage today. Nicely done. Avoids the scratch. Tomorrow we'll have the wheelchair championship and the Jack and Jill doubles. Thursday, another doubleheader with, we have Thursday, ladies and...
Oh, there you go. Boy, they're so good at helping us out.
8-ball doubles. Doubles, doubles, and more doubles.
Yeah.
Friday will feature the Masters Championship. And we'll wrap it all up on Saturday with the 9-ball shootout. 4 more tiers, so still a lot of action to be decided.
You bet. Masters hasn't even started yet.
Did they start today?
They start tomorrow, I think.
Tomorrow, okay.
I think so.
I saw that the team from Alabama, defending champions, are back.
Are they back?
Is it Alabama's Best? Is that their name?
Yeah, I think so. Well, there's something to gun for. Everybody, I'm sure.
Alabama's
Alabama's
finest.
finest.
There you
That's
go.
thank you.
Defending champs.
Yeah. Not a bad attempt. And a good leave on top of that, so not much for Gina to shoot at here. I'm sure both their hearts are pounding right now. Like you were pointing out before, they look so composed and confident, but I bet you those hearts are pounding on
Right.
both sides. So, but then again, there's the old saying: "Don't never let them see you sweat." So no
Yeah.
matter what you feel like, you're scaring your opponent a little bit if you look confident. So. Almost $1 million. Amateur pool. You know, it's funny because coming from Sweden, most of Europe, even if you win the Pro European Championship, you don't actually win money. It's like the title. You
Oh,
go there
really?
yeah. And so it's kind of funny, but there's no amateurs cannot make any money. But we have had. It's different, obviously, here in the States, and it's pretty amazing that the payout that it is in this event, 15,000 for first. I don't care if you're a
In
2,
every
a
tier,
3,
in each
or
of the
a 7.
tiers.
In
So,
each, exactly.
so when you say 9,000 of the runner-up, that's in each tier.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is for third. Probably 4,500 somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
2 players tie for third. Well, one way or another, this will be the final rack of this match. Short race to 2. Each player having won one game already.
And you guys can look up, if you download CompuSport, you can actually see and follow where your friends are in the tournament that came out here. They're liable to be waiting to get in the finals if you haven't been keeping up on it. The semifinals have been finished, so we haven't been given all the finals players yet. But again, download the CompuSport app and you can look it up. Okay, so this layout is getting tougher and tougher. He's going to go ahead now and get that 9 ball out of there. Almost got lucky and winning off the 5 on the side. All right, Gina. Time's running out for both of these players. Final rack, hill. You know, this is one of those, Jason, where both players have done tremendously well getting here from all the players that came from all over the place. So many players here. What is the number that in
the
do
blue
we remember?
tier?
Blue tier?
83.
Okay.
83 players.
And
now that doesn't include all the players that competed on the regional level.
Absolutely.
Or on the singles board level.
Right.
So you
and making it this far, I mean, it's pretty phenomenal. Now, obviously, you want the winning trophy. You want to always say, I won the championship.
Yeah,
I mean, that's forever. Money you spend, trophies are forever. Oh, what? She left an open shot, I think, on the 9. Okay, Beauty with this shot. It's a bit of a lengthy one. Oh, overcut it just a little bit. Gina's got her thinking face on. She's done that a couple of times and just kind of right before she goes down and decides. Now making this 7 is great, but at the same time, shooting the 3 into the 7 would not only take care of that, but it would also kind of go into these balls right here. So they are makeable, though, both the 5 and the 2. So I guess there's really no reason to go into them. The key here is you got to get position on something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Trouble, trouble. Got way too full of a hit on that one.
See what Satish can do with ball in hand. If you remember back to that first rack, kind of a similar point in the match. He was ball in hand on the 9 ball and
yes,
failed to pocket that shot. So see if he learned from that experience.
Well, this is a much tougher layout because at that point he only had the 9 and the 8. Here we got the 8 ball in the middle of that cluster with the 3 and the 2 and the 5. It does go in this pocket, I believe. It's close, but I do believe it does go. But his job is to try to figure out the best way to get there. I mean, he's going to need to make the 9 and get an angle on the 10. Here you can see a list of our exhibitors, and I'm telling you, it is pool heaven. Everything you can possibly dream up, including buying a table, is available there.
Yeah,
Buy a diamond table. You've got all these amazing cue makers and clothing gear. I mean, everything you can think of in the pool world is here.
All right, he fires in the 9, turns his attention to the 10 ball while looking ahead to that 8. Surrounded by solids.
Does that 8 go on the side, I wonder?
Ooh,
Oh,
pockets
not
the
anymore.
10, but
well, what happened was he probably played the correct speed, but he overcut that ball a little bit in the thin side of the pocket, and that's what drifted the cue ball too far. Did not hit it thick enough. So now it's kicking time. And you know what? If I had a timeout to give him right now, do you know what I would say?
what would you say?
Get ball in hand.
Okay.
Because
Instead of take a chance
the
on
only
scratching.
way you can kick, if you hit that thin, that cue ball could go in. I mean, this is safer. This is safer. Tougher to hit it, but it's a safer shot. So, but it's if he would have gone the other way, you're going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
that's a disaster
Make
way.
her
that
win
you
it.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want an early 8. Okay. This is a makeable rack, even for skill level 3.
Pretty good start to the day here, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
A little nail
Got the-
biter to get it going.
You bet. All we can hope for is that the rest of the day is like that. Here, I would always suggest playing the 1 ball first. That's the one that is the worst position. Let's see here. More ways to skin a cat, so we'll see if she can pull this off. Oh, she wanted to follow that more than that. Now things are tougher. She's shooting the 5 ball and the cue ball is going in a direction you don't want it to, so she's going to have to hit this with some power. Watch out for the scratch. Don't want to hit this low. You want to hit this, or you want to draw it into the bottom rail a little bit. They don't really need to draw it, just a little bit low. But the scratch is there, so you got to really keep that in mind. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Devastation.
Oh, my goodness.
And now,
oh, I feel bad.
Satish Adlur has ball in hand on the 8.
Deep breath, Satish. Being down 1-0, coming back to tie it. And an unfortunate scratch there by Gina has brought him to this. 1 ball away for the championship, the trophy back to Ontario. Along with
there it
$15,000. There's his fan base right there. Oh.
Satish Adlur is your 2025 8-Ball Classic champion in the blue tier.
Well, it was a great, exciting match. Some good shots by both players. A little unfortunate here.
Congratulations on winning the 2025 8-Ball Classic. Tell me, how are you feeling right now?
Feeling excited, coming all the way from Canada to Vegas. So really happy I won the game.
You were down and she was on the hill and you came back for the win. Tell me what was going through your mind.
Yeah, I made a mistake with the ball in hand. Then she played really well. So I had to calm down and come back next 2 games.
That's amazing. And I see you had an audience behind you here cheering for you.
Yeah, special thanks to both of these. They're the one who helped me a lot.
That's amazing.
Julie and Lizette.
Do you have anybody that's at home watching that you would like to say anything to?
I like to thank my family for supporting me.
That's awesome. And you, congratulations again. I'm going to hand this back to Jason and Ava.
Thank you.
And once again, congratulations to
Cool dude.
Satish Adlur out of Mississauga, Ontario. He is your 2025 8-Ball Classic champion in the blue tier, and he's taking that $15,000 prize package back to Canada. Folks, we appreciate you tuning in this morning. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the finals of the next tier starting at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, all part of our continuing coverage of this year's APA Pool Player Championships. Thanks for joining us.